What I really enjoy is doing heritage exploration in my own living environment. It is now at least 7-8 years ago that I was doing heritage exploration on Salvatorplein in the city of Wageningen, and I quite accidentally discovered that the Wageningen sewer system is historically quite interesting. Notice that all the sewage drains that were located there had dates on them, like for example here on this one, 1935. And there is many different types of these drains, and they all have their own specific date. Now the interesting thing about these dates is that if you walk around in Wageningen and you do your research, you can track down the entire constitution of the Wageningen sewer by looking at these drains and their dates. And I made a nice little paper with a map showing all, I think about 30 of these sewage drains, which really made a very interesting overview of the sewage system in Wageningen at the time, not knowing that only 2 weeks after that the entire square was renovated and all the drains were gone. So my silly and improvised map, which I really made in just one afternoon, suddenly became the only leftover archaeological record of this heritage in existence. Now at that time it was really a small-scale, hobby-like project for me. But even today, and that's really 7 years later, I still get occasional emails by people who have an historical interest, and they ask me to provide them with more data about this sewage system, which I can't because I didn't collect it at the time. So I really forgot about this idea, but as you can see, I am temporarily, sort of bound to doing very local and very limited heritage research because I have this little one to take care of, which brought me back to the idea of doing research in my own environment. So here I am at Kosterweg in Wageningen, very close to the Second World War memorial here. And here we have, I already shown it, here we have one of those old sewage drains which is still in place at this time. And we have another winner. I think this is still Kosterweg, and there it is. And as you can see, this one is from 1938, so that's a different phase in the sewage development. The interesting thing is that it's all in periods of economic crisis, probably as a sort of labor providing program. I don't know, you should ask the local archivist. Now that's interesting. All the other sewage drains in this block are from 1938, but this one in the same block is from 1926. Another period of economic recession. Ik had deze video natuurlijk eigenlijk in het Nederlands moeten opnemen, maar dat ben ik uit gewoonte vergeten. So this is the Salvatorplein, and it used to have about 20 of those, I think 20 of those historical sewage grates, and they were all sanitized or improved, as you might call it. I would just call it a loss. And now we all have these ugly new standard ones, which I don't like at all. So why is this also important? Well, after the square was renovated and all the grates had disappeared and my tiny map was the only record of the history left, then people from the heritage community started saying things like, if we had only had this information sooner, we could have prevented the loss of this heritage. So my little project became more relevant than I had expected. And this is something that you can do too with your own small-scale heritage research. So if you live in Wageningen and you want to help out, then make sure you bring your smartphone, take pictures of these sewage drains and send me images and tell me where they are so I can incorporate them in the project. Because I know there's a lot of street redevelopment coming up right now, so maybe we can do something about that. So if you like to read the original story about the Salvatorplein sewage drains, then go to my website jobbowijnen.nl. And if you have any ideas of doing your own great local, in your own environment heritage projects, let me know, just for the fun of sharing ideas.